Hey, you got the stuff? Yeah, I got it. All this 25 cents to $8. Take it or leave it. I'll take it. And then I'm gonna do a book haul, because my name's Bean. Hey, welcome to my channel. Welcome to one of my favorite things to do, a book haul. I've got a little bit of everything, well, just about everything, except for paranormal romance. I've got some historical romance, some YA romance, some contemporary romance, and some fantasy romance to share with you today. Let's kick things off with something you may have seen in one of my shorts, a couple historical romance books I cannot wait to share. I already had book one of the Bow Street Runners series, Someone to Watch Over Me by Lisa Kleypas, but when I found this for 25 cents, I couldn't pass it up. Let's take a look. Look at this gorgeous cover, first of all. I'm just dying over how gorgeous this is. And then it doesn't even look like this book has ever even been opened. This is as much as I can get it open. Look at this step back and how they tied the flowers into, this is a work of art. Speaking of covers, here's Sarah McLean's Never Judge a Lady by her cover. And there's a step back. This is book 4 in the Rules of Scoundrels series. Let's take a look. She looks like a strong gal, but perhaps he's got what it takes to disarm her. This looks like a lot of fun. Let's jump into YA romance. I'm going to be doing YA romance for my Try a Chapter challenge, and I loved this series on Netflix so much. They made 3 movies. I've never read the books, so when I saw this at a used bookstore, I had to snatch it up. This is book 1 in the series about a sweet gal whose love letters that were never meant to be sent to the boys that she loved all get sent, and then chaos ensues. And love too. Here is another one that I'm going to be doing for my Try a Chapter challenge. As you can see, this was a Reese Witherspoon book club pick, which was one thing that made me excited about it. I'm a big tea drinker, so when I saw the title, A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow, I had to pick this up. I love this too. A little tea picnic. But we have Lila. She is a fish out of water. She's from Miami and winds up in England one summer and is very depressed about it until Orion, a tea shop clerk, helps her see how beautiful life can be. I am beyond excited to try this in my Try a Chapter challenge. Let's jump into contemporary romance, specifically ones that you may have seen on the big or small screen. The perfect catch, if you are a Hallmark movie lover like I am, you may have seen this movie. With baseball season just kicking off, I thought this was the perfect time to give this book a go and relive the magic of the TV movie all over again. I fell in love with the movie Chocolat many years ago. It came out in the 90s, if I remember correctly, about a French town and the magic that can happen there. And Johnny Depp wasn't too hard on the eyes either. I'm really excited to experience this book, sans Johnny Depp, I guess, but it still should be an excellent escape to a little French town from another quieter time. I have heard so much about One Day. I remember when Anne Hathaway was in this movie. I haven't seen it yet. I have not read the book, but when I was able to snag this for $1, I thought, why not? I want to learn more, and unless it's too sad, I'm gonna give this a whirl. One of my favorite books of this year so far is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Now, I already owned this, but it made me excited to try a book that I've heard compared to Love in Other Words quite a bit, Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I haven't read this yet. I'm looking forward to reading it this summer, as well as the book that comes after it in the series, which will be released on May 2nd, Meet Me at the Lake. I read The Deal back in January. It was book 1 of the Off-Campus series, a hockey romance with college kids. I didn't think I was going to love it. My viewers said I would. They were totally right. It was one of my favorite reads of this past winter. When I saw The Legacy by Elle Kennedy, I had to snatch this up for a couple bucks at a used bookstore. This is a collection of 4 novellas that follow the 4 main couples from the 4 big novels in the Off-Campus series. So I'm really excited to get into this, but of course, I've got to read the other 3 big novels first. One author I've been dying to try because I hear about her all the time is Lucy Score. Just grabbed this at a library book sale for $2. Can't beat it. This is about a YouTube star named Maggie whose specialty is flipping houses and then moving on. However, Silas is going to put a wrench in her plans. This looks so fun. I saw this at a library sale. I had to grab it. It looked so good. This is about a gal whose mother's dying wish is for her to get to know her own father. So she travels to Italy and finds much more than love and gelato. She uncovers secrets while traveling around the Tuscan countryside. It sounds like a perfect vacation in a book, and I am really looking forward to hopefully tackling this summer. You may have already heard of this one to watch, about a plus-size gal on a reality dating show. I already owned this piece of women's fiction, but I found this the other day at a used bookstore, and this made me really excited because while this got a 3.9, this one got a 3.99, as well as high ratings from some of my favorite booktubers. This is book 1 in the Meant to Be series. I hardly ever snag book 1 in any series, so I was really excited about that. But we have a plus-size gal who's also a fashion designer. She's really into shoes too, and she can't find a job though. So she moves in with her stepmother, who is an executive producer of a reality dating show. And our gal decides to go on the show so she can go on some dates and also promote her new shoe line. So this looks like so much fun. I can't wait to get into it, and I cannot wait to start the Meant to Be series. I am a sucker for a Christmas romance, and I saw this and I grabbed it, thought it was a Christmas romance. Turns out it's set in January. So it's a winter romance, which I will be excited to read probably next winter. This is about a couple that gets stranded in a snowstorm. They're each in their own cars, but one comes to the other one's aid, and they spend 8 perfect hours together in a car before going their separate ways. They assume they will never see one another again, and yet they keep bumping into one another. I can't wait to see what happens in this super cute sounding story. And now we're going to jump into fantasy. Let's start with one of my favorite fantasy subgenres, alien romance. I just picked up book 4 of the Ice Planet Barbarian series, Barbarian Mind. Let's look at the spine as well. Let's ooh and ah. I just love the art here. It's gorgeous. This is Harlow and Rook. Not only does this one contain their honeymoon novella, it also has a short story called Fathers, which I read and really enjoyed, and you can't find it anywhere else other than in this book. In fact, let's look at the spines of all 4 of these together, just for fun. Are these not gorgeous or what? Oh my gosh. And such great stories. Cinnamon roll heroes and the escapism on an ice planet. Just gotta love it. One of my online bookish friends, Laura, got me this from my wish list. Radiance by Grace Draven. It's one of my all-time favorite fantasy romance books. We have Ildiko and Brishan. This is book 1 of the Wraith Kings series. I have enjoyed everything that Grace Draven has put out from the series so far. I cannot wait for the next book and novella. When it's coming out, I don't know. But I was so excited to own a physical copy of this, so now I can look at it whenever I want and swoon about this gorgeously written friends to lovers romance. Thank you, Laura! Many people have said that Throne of Glass is their favorite series by Sarah J. Maas. I want to talk to you about my newest Throne of Glass acquisitions. I already had The Assassin's Blade, which is the 5 novellas that precede book 1, Throne of Glass. I also had book 3, Heir of Fire. Now, I didn't have book 2, but I'm buying these used, so I mean, what are you gonna do? You gotta grab them when you can. And I've just grabbed 4 more. Actually, it took a while. I just got book 2, Crown of Midnight, book 4, Queen of Shadows, book 5, Empire of Storms, book 6, Tower of Dawn, and now all I need is book 7, Kingdom of Ash. And I will have the complete collection, all used for a couple bucks each. I'm so excited. Well, that was my little book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. It really did have just about a little of everything except paranormal. I'll have to get some next time. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're reading, whether you got it at a used sale or not. Until next time, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.